I cannot believe how much Destiny I crammed into the last, like, 3 days. Trying to, like, squeeze out as much possible, like, finishing touches as I could. Oh, double Zerg. Ouch. But holy crap, their army value. Jeez.
Okay.
Mirror match.
I'll wall the right. That's right.
Spawn more overlords. We require more minerals.
Oh, there's an SCV.
Yep, enemy SCV.
Where'd that SCV go?
You left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat. We require more minerals. We require more
So at
minerals.
the front, at my front. More
Our allies are in combat.
enemies at my door. Take my cyber port, please.
Got it.
Our forces are under attack.
Good, I got work with.
Oh, Banelings. Banelings.
Okay, Nathan over here, if you have anything.
Alright.
Our allies
Well,
face
as long as you don't die to the
threatened.
Banelings, you have a lot of wings.
I know.
They don't
Yeah.
have high ground, do they? You
No,
shoot
they
them
don't.
From up top.
Not enough energy.
Okay,
Our
I'll
forces,
move up there.
not enough energy.
What the heck are they getting attacked by?
Complete.
Oh, my overlord. You get...
Spawn more overlords. Not enough energy. Spawn more overlords.
We haven't seen the Terran yet, right?
Our allies' base is threatened. Spawn more
You can
overlords.
drop the depot.
We require more Vespine gas.
Wings up my side. Right now.
We
Ugh.
require more minerals.
Man, I don't...
Our allies are in combat.
Okay. Oracle, oh snap.
Our allies are in combat. Metamorph. Our allies' base is threatened. We require.
They're still pushing.
Okay, I have a crap load of wings and I really want to move them out. Oh, I didn't
On
see
my
that
side.
it's down. Yep.
There's a stalker. Keep poking me.
Watch out, Oracle's coming on your base.
Our allies are in combat. We require. Our allies' base is threatened.
Dang it, I never built my
Base
cannon.
is threatened.
Crap.
Our allies are in combat.
Okay, somebody use server.
Our allies
Kill the
are
Oracle?
in combat.
Nope, there's two of them.
Our forces are under attack. Not
Why are you
enough
moving your roaches
energy.
back, Trevor?
Wrong button. Voids.
Terran is
Woo,
not
that's
doing
a lot.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Are
smack.
under attack.
Oh, alright, lost my
Spawn more overlords. Our forces are under attack.
Man, that's really freaking annoying.
Spawn mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
Oh, crap. Dude.
Talkers?
Yep. My Hydro Ascent is not out yet.
Our allies are in combat.
I've just built a crap load of drones that I don't even need.
They just threw away all the stalkers, basically.
require more minerals. Our allies are in combat. Our allies' mineral field depleted.
I'm gonna cut off this freak.
Our allies are in combat. Mineral field depleted. Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat. Spawn more metamorphosis. Our allies are in combat. Our drones are under attack.
What the heck? Oh, dang it. Mutoist, come on. Well, that kind of sucks.
They hide. Our allies are in combat. Mutation. Our drones are under
I need some help. Thank you.
Our allies' base is threatened.
That really sucks. I lost a crap load of drones.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies' base is threatened. Metamorphosis complete.
What does the Terran have? Have we seen it? They're heavy on mech.
Not enough
It's got like
energy.
I have to move up and start sieging.
Move up into code if I don't lose on overload. There you go, that's some good economic damage. Suck it.
Our allies are in combat.
Yeah, I can kill overlords too. Oh, heavy? Whoa, way heavy on mech.
Our allies are in combat. Our forces are under attack. Our allies are in combat. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our allies are in combat. Mineral field depleted.
Oh crap, greens. I don't want to mess with those. These cyclones are ridiculous.
Our allies are in combat.
Okay. Fall back.
Mineral field depleted. Our allies' base is threatened. Our allies are in combat. We require more Vespine gas.
Okay.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat. Mineral field depleted. Our allies are in combat.
Wow, okay.
Our allies
I'm at
are
200
in
apparently.
combat.
Here's some minerals, Nathan.
Allies are in combat. Our forces are under attack. We are at maximum. Our forces are under attack. Allies are in combat.
Okay, the
Our allies are in combat. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our mineral field depleted.
I need to clean that up.
Mineral field. Our allies are in combat. Mineral field depleted.
oh, move command. Goodbye, guys.
Our allies are in combat.
Wow. Man, you guys saved my butt then. That that Mutalisk
felt
push
rough.
really hurt, but clearly was not enough.
Moore's circle. It's an engineering thing.
Probably an engineer.
He's a major nerd. Holy crap, Banana Joe, jeez. That guy had, like, nothing. Holy crap, vertical axis. Like, straight down. Okay, that's some interesting borders. What is that, a diamond, a gold, and a platinum? Alright.
Wait, how's that possible?
I
that's
have
the one.
no idea.
Right? No, wait. What? Yeah, how does that make sense?
Yeah, this will be solo queues.
Well, I mean, or just
they
like...
solo queue to get placed and. Yeah, it doesn't
Well, no, I mean, I think it would be like, they could be... I think it's like
I think they have
3v3
I guess.
in a different 3v3 team.
Yeah, right. Same map. I think, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Same map and one of each, right? Yeah.
Spawn more overlords. Spawn more overlords. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat. We require more minerals.
But we're normal for a map this size.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat.
Looks like Orange Zerg expanded really late. Unless they hit that mineral on the green sky.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat.
It's a little bit delayed, but pretty common.
Our forces are under attack. Spawn more overlords. Our forces are under attack.
Got a cannon out of the river.
Yeah, I saw it.
What do they have? See any like units worth calling out? What do they have?
No, I got through.
Okay, well, what do they have? Is it just like
Not really
10
much.
units? I was looking for like a unit name. Wings.
What are you talking about?
I'd like to know what units they have. How can I say this any differently?
They didn't really have much. Like, they had a few lings, a tank, and a few marines. I killed a few drones, but they died because they reinforced. But that's okay. Still killed a few drones and a queen. That's big.
Wings coming our way.
Our forces are under attack. Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat. Our forces are under attack.
Oh, my overlord.
Our allies are in combat. Our forces are under
Enemy lings? How do they get in?
attack.
Can we
Not up
defend?
my wall.
Oh my gosh.
How did they get through?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna lose all the drones at this base.
Pull your orders.
I already lost them all except for 2. I already killed them.
Oh, that's yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have, Man, that really sucks. That really sucks. That was huge.
Allies are in combat.
Where'd they come from?
Got voids.
Must have come from your wall being down, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of. Dude.
Our allies' base is threatened. Our allies are in combat. Mineral field depleted. Metamorphosis complete. Mineral field, not enough energy. We require more minerals. We require more minerals. Our allies are in combat. Our forces are under attack. Allies' base is threatened.
Battle cruisers.
Our allies are in combat. Mineral field depleted.
Wow, man, they're fast. They can teleport like instantly. It's so annoying.
Mutation. We require more minerals.
I could use some minerals if anyone's got any.
Don't have it right now.
I got hit hard having to rebuild my workers.
Our forces are under attack. We require more minerals. We require.
Yeah.
Our allies are in combat.
Alright.
Killed my oracle somehow.
Hydrolis, I saw it.
Oh, at the.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat.
He already has a lot of battle cruisers.
Mineral field depleted.
Crap.
Our allies are in combat.
I mean, the Void Rays will help, that's for sure.
Metamorphosis complete. Not enough energy. Our allies' base is threatened. The hive cluster is under attack.
Oh my gosh.
Our forces
Can we?
are
Yeah,
under
you can get the Hydras under it.
Working on it. They don't have their speed upgrade yet. But they'll... Yeah, there we go. That's why I moved my army there.
Not enough energy. Our allies' base is threatened. Our allies are in combat.
And Thor's rag.
Our allies are in combat.
Alright, I want to kill some stuff.
Our allies
Oh, Nidus somewhere.
Want the Hydras.
I can't help that. Oh my gosh. Alright.
Lurkers.
And
Oh my
lurkers.
God.
Oh man. Alright, one back, but...
Our allies' base is threatened. Our allies are in combat. Allies are in combat. Allies' base is threatened.
I pulled back, Trent.
No, I'm... Ah, crap. Nope.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat. Allies' base is threatened.
Siege up.
Our allies are in combat. Spawn more overlords. Mineral field depleted. Our allies have enough energy. Spawn more overlords.
Ah, shoot.
Battle cruisers are at my gold. You're gonna lose it.
Mutation complete. Our allies are in combat.
Dang it, I can't deal with the other Void Rays
Metamorphosis.
and Battle Cruisers together every time I try to stop
Yeah,
them.
just...
Hive cluster is under attack.
I come back and reinforce, please. Thank you.
Still too much here. I'm gonna probably lose everything in this battle.
I mean, my Hydros are...
Yep, I just
Yep,
lost it.
nope. Can't do it. Yeah, they have 2-2 upgrades.
You have Hydralisk in my main.
Depleted. Our
What?
forces
So
are under
Hydralisk.
attack.
Yes, I had them there to protect yours.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces, our allies' base is threatened.
Okay.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat. Our forces
Oh,
are under
dude.
attack.
Can you scan on our army? Lurkers. Lurkers!
Are under
Dang it.
attack.
I mean, we're gonna get wrecked. Thank you.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies' base is threatened.
Wow.
Wow, he just Yamato'd my entire border.
Yeah, that's
in
GG.
one blast.
Are under attack.
Dude. That battle cruiser was like
Base is threatened.
GG.
No, it's not.
No, it's
It's
not.
Entire production.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, I got wrecked and then I didn't have my overseer on a different hotkey, so he died, and there went that.
Like Yamato teleport, yeah, that trades. That's probably the best trading for the cause possible. Like you take almost no damage, you one shot a whole bunch of stuff, then just get away.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can't teleport away. Like, you teleport in.
No,
You can't teleport away
No.
instantly.
you can teleport wherever you want. Yes, you can. You
It
can
has a
teleport
cooldown.
instantly. So you don't teleport in. You fly over
Okay.
Yamato
Fly
and
in,
teleport
engage,
out.
Yamato, and then leave. Yeah.
I figured that Terran was gonna do something cheesy. Not cheesy, but I mean, like, just upper echelon. The Zerg wasn't bad, though. He had lurkers. Don't know what... I mean, the Protoss basically did nothing, though. There's always a weak link.
Well, I did a lot of economic damage in Protoss.
I did a tiny bit of economic damage, but it wasn't enough.
Require more minerals.
I killed like one of his whole bases worth of probes. at one point.
Stop.
Yeah. And that's what happened to me. I lost a whole base of drones. With Zerglings coming in. That sucked. That was all it takes, really.
We require more minerals. Our allies are in combat.
And the wall was down.
There's a lot of. There's just 2 Protosses? I thought there was only 1.
We require more minerals.
The enemy
Probe in the
our
base. Yep.
Want to attack it?
Our allies are in combat.
I mean, as soon as my spawning pool comes out.
We require minerals.
Did you find it? Are you following it?
Yeah.
Our
Okay.
allies are in combat.
Alright.
Our
that
allies
probe
are
is
in
dead.
combat.
Alright, take your SUV back.
Our allies are in combat.
Yeah, this is not a full wall, by the way. Pro can get through.
We require more Vespine gas. We require
Come it.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals. Spawn more overlords. We require more minerals.
I hit Terran.
Time to hit some. Time to hit some.
Not enough energy.
Do some damage.
Killed 8 SCVs.
Nice. Trent, let your stalker move your stalker so that my guys can go through. Please, thank you.
Are you gonna yell at me if we don't have the wall up?
No. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, that's why the stalker was there.
I haven't yelled at all, have I?
Forces are under attack.
Alright.
Metamorphosis complete. Our allies' base is threatened.
There's another one coming in. There's at least 2.
Okay.
I'm pretty safe though.
I'm not. Dang it.
Our allies' base is threatened. Our allies are in combat.
Not yet, at least.
Spawn more overlords. We require more minerals.
They haven't even expanded like fully within the base. Yeah.
Not enough energy.
I'm gonna move out.
Yeah, we need to get ready to move down. Right, so go and do that.
Metamorphosis complete. Spawn more overlords. Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat. Metamorphosis complete.
Alrighty.
field depleted.
Cannons are so freaking
Our
stupid.
allies
Yeah.
are in combat.
Probably just hurtling the air, I assume.
I haven't seen any air.
No, there was some Phoenix.
Oh, triple Stargate. Never mind.
Yeah.
Mutation complete.
Well, I'll just build a crap load of Hydros then.
Metamorphosis complete.
Well, look at that. The Phoenix are following my Zerglings. They might come over here, Nathan. Just to let you know.
Fine.
Our allies are in combat. Our allies' base is threatened.
Taking all kinds of damage here.
Spawn more overlords.
Oh, that was too many overlords. Whatever.
Spawn more overlords. Our drones are under attack.
They know I'm expanding over here.
Base is threatened.
Voidry over here. Did you get it? I think you probably did.
Mineral field depleted.
Yep, got him.
Our allies are in
Lots of
combat.
Marines from blue.
Mineral field
Oh, yeah.
depleted.
Thanks for the reminder. Knew I was forgetting something.
Not enough energy. Not enough energy. Our forces are under attack.
Where are we attacking? Can somebody attack left? I saw some movement down here. Something just
Yeah,
died.
something killed an overlord. Yeah, it's probably some flying stuff.
Mutation complete. Our allies' base is Our allies are in combat.
Oh, massive drop in my base.
That's a lot. Jeez.
Holy crap.
This is gonna be a problem.
Can you clean it up?
No.
You want to go back? That's a, yeah, stay back.
That's a lot.
Let your,
Yep.
let your charge plus get in first. There you go.
Our allies
Now
are
engage.
in
Now engage. Now
combat.
engage.
Our allies' base is threatened.
Okay, I gotta get
More
out of here.
zealots?
Gotta get out of here.
Server, bring your Hydralis in.
Are under attack.
My whole main is
My Hydros are about to, like... Hang on. Time to Banelinger in there. Just give it a second.
Our allies are in combat.
Yep.
Mineral field.
Man, they just beat
depleted.
the snot out of you, though. Come on. My Baneling speed is not
Allies are
done
in
yet.
combat. Our allies are
Gonna be
in
coming down the
combat.
ramp.
Acceptable command. Our allies metamorphosis.
There we go.
Our allies are in combat.
I don't know exactly what they're expecting there.
Field depleted.
They're gonna lose everything there, and they're not gonna get much accomplished there. Yeah, I mean, that hurt you, obviously, but... gonna suck, but here you go. Here's something to rebuild.
Still have 2 Marines in your main.
Our allies are in combat.
Oh, they killed my spawning pool. That's annoying.
Unacceptable command. We are at maximum.
Alright. Pull your voids back if you can.
Now they all died. I killed a base, but I lost a bunch.
And moving down left, like I was originally planning on doing.
I think they're expanding everywhere.
Well, let's beat this crap out of them.
Our forces are under attack.
Crap, now they're attacking my base.
Oh, heck, carriers.
Taking the front
Alright.
of everything here.
Behind you. Yep. Just engage the interceptors as long as you can, server.
Yeah, I mean, I'm, don't worry about me. I'm gonna rip the crap out of these carriers. Yeah.
Oh wow, nice
Lost
cut.
everything.
That's huge.
Holy crap, my first ever frame drops. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of action. Jeez. Still running at 30.
Serious damage with this counterattack. Yeah, we need to do serious damage. Still a lot of carriers there. Jeez.
Yeah, that have nothing.
They have stuff.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. I'm literally taking hits by it. Yes, they do.
Our allies are in combat. Spawn more overlords. Mineral
Yeah, they have
field
nothing.
depleted.
They don't have money. That's what I'm saying.
Our forces are under attack.
Engage the carriers again.
Uh-huh. I'm beating the crap out of them. Like, they don't have the ability to keep up with me.
Our forces are under attack.
Dang it, they killed my queen at my main. That's
Our
annoying.
forces are under attack. Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in combat. Mutation.
Alright, that base is done for.
Our allies are in combat. Unacceptable command.
Bro.
Where's the Terran?
Maximum.
Doors are the answer.
Where is the Terran?
Correct.
Our allies are in combat.
Come on in here, server.
Yeah, I know. They're on their way. I'm at 3 upgrades. I mean, like, dude, Hydros, man. Hydros are the answer against carriers. Jeez. Man, they just destroy the interceptors before they even start shooting. My golly.
Our allies are in combat.
See ya, guys. GG.
I have no clue what happened after I got
Yeah, I was about to say,
Good job,
Trent
guys.
got absolutely stomped on, and we just decided to counterattack with everything we had.
Dude, the move with the Marines behind the carriers was game ending. Dude, that was it.
That was, look at that. Golly. Oh my gosh. That is a vertical line. Oh my gosh. Dude. Holy crap. That went down like, how much did that go down? 10,000 to like 1,000? Oh my gosh. Oh man. Crazy. Yeah. Oh, it was just one Terran. I didn't realize it was double. I didn't. Duh. Double toss. I didn't realize that.
Were they both Sky Toss? Or
Must have been. I mean,
'Cause I didn't
I
really
guess
see any
maybe
ground
one went
units.
void and one went carrier. That must have been what happened.
I think they might have
One
both
with
went
Phoenix.
carrier.
No,
to
one
be
went
honest.
Phoenix.
Yeah, but he got off
Stalkers,
Phoenix. He didn't stake
Phoenix,
him.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
his entire army got deleted in the middle
So,
of the
yeah, so it was void raising carriers. That's way too.
Both teal and red. Their army values just plummeted,
Yeah.
like together. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, within a minute, yeah. The teal, like, I don't know which one had what. I think the red was the carriers, and the teal was the, you know, like Nathan said, the Phoenix and stuff. I don't know how you have that much army value, though. But,
I think it's because carriers take up a lot of supply. They're
yeah.
very valuable units.
Yeah, Trent's resource collect got. Or actually, it wasn't
It
that
actually
bad.
didn't. I
Yeah,
know. I actually
it was
came
your
in as a
army
huge bank because
Structures.
all my infrastructure, all my production was blown up in the main.
Well,
So was
and
just like, well, I'm still harvesting from like 2 or 3 bases.
See, and I
So
didn't really think about that. I knew your production was hit, and I was like, well, he's gonna need money to do that. So I was like, here, I have 200,000 or 200,000. I'm at 200 supply. I can't spend anything. Here's 2,000 minerals and gas. Like,
I pretty much don't ever need minerals, but I'm
Yeah.
always willing to take gas.
well, I mean, I knew you would potentially need some, but I mean, yeah, you probably didn't need it genuinely. Like, have a shortage of it. But
In order to rebuild, I went like 6 Stargates, and I was like trying to pump out units, but you guys had pretty much ended them.
yeah, that's crazy, man.
Double Protoss again. Same map.
Alright, this is my last game.
Stop. We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Enemy pro.
Mm-hmm.
Are we following it?
We require more minerals.
I'm not following it.
We require more minerals.
Not that I don't want to. I just am not. It's just a scout, it looks like. Eventually, apparently.
We require more
Alright, my
minerals.
Zerglings are on their way, wherever it is. Where'd the probe go? Oh, it's going back home.
It's going back. Yeah.
Okay.
Our allies are in combat.
What do we see?
They haven't expanded yet,
Energy.
or at least not down to the, you know, see, you know what I mean? Well, there's one hidden base at the rocks, but otherwise, prepare for early aggression. They haven't expanded. They have to attack us off this. Unless they went like hidden expansions or something.
Come on, get it.
Yeah, we need to find out what they're doing.
Okay, there's a stalker and a zealot. Okay.
They haven't expanded. I'm really worried. They've got something planned.
Did we check the proxies and stuff?
I don't know how to. No.
We checked for proxies?
They know for a fact that I've got Zerglings at their, Alright, there we go. Oh, hello! Siege tanks. Alright. Not gonna run up that ramp. 2.
Hey, if they have tanks, can you send your lings around the map, maybe? Just so we can see if they've expanded it?
Yeah. Yeah, hang on a second. Alright, ling at every man. Let's see here. Let's see.
It's completely possible these guys are just bad. I kind of get that feeling.
You gonna give me orders?
Like they just are that slow at expanding.
It's very possible. I know I need to spend.
Forces are under attack.
Whoa,
Okay, they're coming.
massive.
Stalkers, zealots,
Okay, yep.
immortal.
Oh, you have a bunker? Nice. Okay. Pulling back. 1 immortal though could cause trouble for that. Oh, never mind. You have a siege tank outside. Huh. There's activity. Look at that. Holy crap! A lot of siege tanks. Siege tanks are gonna cause them friendly fire, but the siege tanks are coming in, or not the siege tanks. The other stuff is coming in.
We need to protect the
This
siege
is a
tank.
mid. Yeah, my.
A lot of tanks just
Why
waiting
don't we
out.
pull back?
That's too many tanks for me to move
Yeah,
into.
I can't. I can't.
We had more than enough to break that.
Absolutely not.
No, I mean. All right. There we go. Now. Before they siege up.
There's too many doctors to block. You can't get in.
You should have tried. That's it. That was the opportunity right there. Yep, that's GG. I mean,
Our allies are in combat. Our allies' base is threatened. Mineral field.
oh my
depleted.
gosh! Wow, your mind just killed all my.
Are in combat. Our allies' base is threatened. Our forces are under attack.
That's all I got.
Our allies are in combat.
the tanks busy right now?
Yeah, they're all in my base. I'm getting executed right now.
Our allies' base is threatened. Our allies
Okay.
are in combat.
I'm cutting him off
Our allies' base
with what I've got.
depleted.
I mean, I've got some Hydroists, but
Our allies' base is threatened. Our forces are mineral field depleted.
what the heck's going on here?
Our allies' our allies are in combat. Mineral field depleted. Our forces are under attack. The hive cluster is under attack. Our allies' base is threatened. Our allies are in combat. Our allies are in
Yep,
combat.
yep.
Our forces are under attack. Our drones are under attack.
Yep, that's GG. Nope. I mean, you can only hold it so long, but I mean, I don't have the larva to reinforce.
What all they have left?
Oh, they still had a line of tanks at their main. I couldn't even punch through to counter. Like, I figured I could distract them, but it wouldn't be enough. But, yeah.
Oh yeah, they still have a few tanks and stalkers.
Yeah. Well, that was rough. Oh, that was a rough one. Did you have Blink at all yet?
No.
Bummer. Okay. Because those stalkers even had Blink. That was insane. That was definitely a one base all in though.
I think so. They certainly didn't.
It
expand
absolutely was.
their
I mean,
naturals.
yeah, they didn't expand to their natural, which is inside. I mean, they didn't have any of these bases. That was a one base all in for sure. Because I know at whatever mark it was, I tried to attack here and I ran into a stalker or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'll just attack here. And that was when I ran into the two siege tanks that were just hanging out. And I was like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And our fear of proxy, so I sent Zerglings like all over the place. Like just one at every upper front place. But
Like by 4 minutes without the naturals, I should have just dumped into army at this point.
I thought that's what we were doing. We literally scouted for like 4 minutes that they were not expanding.
I had a lot of
really
Zerglings,
bad.
but yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's I mean, against a charge lot siege tank. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the
I don't have charge lots by 5 minutes, dude. Unless I went straight Twilight.
I mean, jeez, I had a lot. I thought we would be able to hold it, but they hit right here? How did we not? See, that was my fault. I did
want to see how
not.
much damage these tanks do. I bet somebody moves into tanks.
I mean, I did a good job of keeping my lings pretty much out of the fire.
we have to keep my siege tank alive here. Oh, I run
We
so far back.
really came close. We
Because
did.
of siege tanks?
And right here, I
Right
pull
down,
workers.
right here where they
pull
siege
workers.
right here.
And everybody pulls back. Everyone pulls back right there.
Yeah, don't pull workers in the tanks.
I was waiting for the siege tanks to unsiege. Like, what happened?
Yeah, there's 6 tanks there.
I mean,
not
I
pushing
was
through that
waiting for the
worker.
siege tanks to
You don't wanna fight siege
unsiege.
tanks.
But the siege tanks did unsiege. I moved in, Wow, Nathan, what? Nathan just completely lost the voice chat.
I'm just gonna play.
Okay. I don't know why.
So the thing is, and to your point, server, when they did unsiege, we could have moved in, but
We should have.
I know the power. I know the power of my units. Stalkers aren't going to kill 6 siege tanks in
Yes,
time.
but they could have.
I'll just
They
lose
could
my
have
whole
been
army.
on them while my Zerglings were actually on top
Okay,
of them.
their purple still had about the. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't know what Nathan had though.
We had the equal number of stalkers. We had me and the purple, plus 5 tanks. While I'm killing tanks, which I'm not even going to kill them before they siege up. But while I'm trying to kill tanks, I'm going to lose everything to the stalkers. They just had too much. We needed to.
Yeah,
this
they
was
did
one
have
base.
more.
What you do is we give up the naturals, right? And we just keep pumping army until we can match this, and
Right.
then we move in. That wasn't the time to move in at that moment. Certainly not when Nathan did.
I don't know when Nathan. I guess I should hang
Oh,
on.
and they have zealots on top of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just had too much.
Yeah, it was just bad. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I left, so I can't
Are
look
we
at
watching on? Oh, are you not in the?
No, I left the thing. I'm a dummy. I guess restart it. I kind of want to. I want to see it happen.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it again. Just watch it on your own.
Oh, I guess I can. How do I? Like this. There we go. I don't know why
Yeah,
Nathan.
if Nathan said we were dumping into army, Nathan had nothing. What is he talking about? I need to go back.
Let's see here.
He's loading up his mineral lines. He's not dumping into army.
How do we check? Is it? It's not income. What is the tab for army value?
I don't know. There's active forces. Oh, active forces is what you want.
Does that show the income, like the
shows you
gas
minerals.
and mineral?
It shows you the resources that you have for active forces.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's okay. I did press the right one then. I couldn't see it because I was seeking. I was like, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, you have a nice amount of wind.
Yeah, I mean, I was
But
prepared.
you really just can't. They're so fragile. You just can't.
Yeah,
move them
I
into
mean, they
tanks
died
at all.
quickly. I
Yeah.
had speed. I think I did everything I could. I genuinely think I did everything I could.
Yeah, if Nathan wanted to protect the tank, he should have sieged up further back.
Well,
It was too
I
close.
we did protect the tank for a time until I couldn't. Like, I mean, like the tank stayed alive longer than just instantly dying.
Like one tank. That's nice. We can protect that. They had 6.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
Wow, I had 1,200. See, I actually had the greatest army value. Now, to be fair, okay, right here at 5 minutes, they're moving through the middle of the map. How did I not see? Oh, see, this was just... Yeah. Oh, yeah. You see, there's a pylon. There's a pylon in the middle of the map as well. And a warp prism.
Yeah, I killed that warp prism.
Yeah.
But I mean, I actually don't know how much I lose.
See, yeah, Nathan only had 900, okay, 1,000, alright, 1,150. But that's not active, that's in researching. Oh, okay, so Nathan had 2 tanks. One of them, yeah, his source tank died really fast. It was not together. I mean, we do a good job of holding it, but the siege tanks, like... Yeah. And right there, like right at the 6.5 minute mark, we, jeez. What, how much? Yeah, see, Nathan had nothing at the 6 minute mark, and we still had a good amount of army, but I mean, like,
Well, okay, let's
That's a
see.
bummer.
Okay, right when they attack.
Right when they unsiege. Well, not when they attack. When they unsiege at like the 6:15
No,
or
I
so.
read that. I'm looking at something else. Yeah, right. Okay, I'm at.
Well, and you can't. It's
You have the most army value for sure with your lings.
which is lings. I mean,
You can't
I did have
complain
a
there.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's that's fine. It just means that you absolutely cannot engage inside siege tanks,
Yeah.
which I don't think you did. I think you did. I don't know. I'd have to watch this play out. But,
No, I tried not to. They ran. I didn't pull them back the right way because I'm still bad at microing. I should have pulled them back to my natural.
Me and Nathan
but,
have equal army value. He's more mineral heavy, but we both have about 1,050 resources. So we have equal army value, and but he loses his tank. Like
he had 2 tanks. He lost 1 almost instantly. First tank goes down almost instantly.
yeah, they blow the bunker with 5 siege tanks, so they get
Yeah.
through it instantly. He loses Marines. Yeah, Marines are trash against tanks like this too. Nathan cannot engage with these Marines in the range of tanks. Yeah, I don't know what he has with like thinking tanks are not that strong, but the more you have grouped up like this Terran right here has, it means like you can't push it. You have to wait for them to unsiege.
Yeah.
That's when you pick your moment. Once they're sieged up, they have a range. You don't play in that range. You just are forced to let them have whatever is in their range. Yeah,
Right.
that means all these supply depots, all these barracks. Yeah, the wall is compromised. We weren't going to hold that wall.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Nathan knew that or if he wanted to try to protect his stuff.
See, and the
Wasn't
weird
gonna
thing is,
happen.
like, I mean, yes, okay, there's a couple barracks there, but that's part of the wall. Like,
Like he already lost so many Marines to those tanks. Like he lost half his army just to the tank blasts right in the beginning, and that's not an exaggeration. Resource wise, he lost half.
yeah. Well, shoot, I mean, by 6:15, Nathan had lost pretty much. He had lost the most. Like Orange Protoss had lost a lot, and I think Orange Protoss was actually getting friendly fired by the siege tanks.
No, Orange Protoss had charge zealots, so he's gonna lose. He's gonna like those are just kind of like.
Well, and
suicide
he
moves.
also had Immortals. I think his bush was Zealot Immortal.
Yeah.
And then the purple Protoss was probably just Stalker and maybe a
Blink
handful of.
Stalker, and then Terran had
Yeah.
barely any Marines, mainly tanks.
What? See, and they just had 2 factories. Where the heck were the barracks? Yeah. It was a. I mean, what can we learn?
And then you
from
move
that?
and take. Yeah, you take too many Zerg. You moved into the tanks as well, but it was chaos because Nathan was yelling at us to go. At that moment, he moves his SCVs forward. He loses like everything, and then he's mad that we didn't go with him. And then you go after the fact, after it was already.
Well, I
over,
went
and lose, like,
after
half your
the
Zerglings.
tanks unsieged.
No, not at that moment. I'm talking earlier than that. The tanks were still sieged up. Yeah, let's see.
Oh.
You go from
Okay.
1125 down to 950. So that's like 300 minerals worth of Zerglings.
That'd be 6. That'd be 12 Zerglings. I mean, the equivalent of 12, but 6
And-
eggs.
And half of them are now injured.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
It's interesting too, because we don't lose late game, like ever. I don't think we lose very rarely now. But one base pushes. We need to learn better defense about that.
Well, no, I don't think it's anything we have to learn.
Well, learn when
Other
to
than-
when
other-
to
that
not
one was easy.
economy.
When they didn't expand. Yeah, I saturated up my second base. I should have sacrificed a little bit of economy to get more army.
Yeah,
Nathan
okay.
should
See,
have
I'm
too,
wondering
because he saturated up his second base for the most part. So,
by the 4-minute, because it hit right around what 5 minutes maybe. It was at our doorstep at like 4:50 or so. I wonder what
Yeah.
I was at.
I mean, you can reliably expect if they're going to stay on one base and if they're going to do any type of damage, they basically have to hit before I mean, I think even 6 minutes is too late. They have to hit the board 50.
Yeah.
Which they were right at about 6 minutes. I think if they hit any later, they'd be really far behind. Or it'd be very more risky for them.
See, and I also sent scouts. I sent 8 or so Zerglings scouting our main, you know, all of the... Wait a second. I think Nathan killed one of my Zerglings.
Okay, I think I see. Nathan built his barracks up at the ramp. So if we did lose the wall and lose the ramp, he'd have no production, which I guess is why he was desperate to defend the front. I mean, it doesn't make what he wanted to do right, but at least it's understandable why he wanted to hold that. But still, I mean, when the army is that much and it's one base, then you just have to fall back to your one base. Lose your second, right? Because you're not really any further behind if you just give up your second. They don't have a second either, right? So, like...
Oh, see, and I see it. Okay, I see the attack at 5 minutes. So they weren't at our doorstep at 5. But I saw the Protoss. I didn't obviously know everything was coming, but I at least saw the Protoss. Man, it would have been really nice if I'd have used my all-army hotkey and brought all my Zerglings back. That would have been like 7 or 8 more Zerglings, but... Oh well. See, and they still haven't even attacked by this point. Man! Oh my gosh. See, right here though, oh. It's 6:15. See, the problem, it's interesting too, because I've watched this as if I'm good enough to even start, but I at least can reference videos that I've watched where Pig, the guy I've been watching for strategy and just kind of getting better at multitasking and macroing and etc. He talks about pulling workers earlier. Like, the workers absolutely should have been pulled, like, as soon as that first siege tank went down. He should have probably pulled his workers.
We all could have pulled workers from our second bases.
Yeah.
I still don't pull all your workers.
No, but I mean that's what I mean, from the natural.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that.
But pulling those workers.
Pulling one base, because like I said, since we knew they were on one base, we could afford to lose a full base of workers and not.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And they could have been cannon fodder, like holding an artificial line, while the Marines and
However,
Stalkers could have attacked from range.
When you throw the boys at them, when you throw the workers like that, it can't be into the tanks. It's not going to do anything if it's on.
Yeah, you have to put them in you have to put them in a hotkey and attack as an army.
Yeah, but the tanks have to be unsieged. You can't just fly at them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, or at least this amount of tanks.
Strong.
This amount of tanks are just going to kill all your workers instantly with the splash damage.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. One base defense is, I think, something that we definitely need to like figure out how to stop it. Like, I could have obviously had roaches; they would have been able to hold a little bit more better than Zerglings.
I think I did just fine. Other than
I think I did everything I could with what I had.
Not so much into economy on my second base. I could have had just a few more stalkers. That's about the only thing I could have done better. That attack at 5 minutes, unless I was going for a certain build in the first place, like a Twilight build, I'm not going to have Blink, I'm not going to have Charge. It's too early for that stuff to hit.
I would think maybe you should, in the same way that I Zergling up early for aggression, maybe it might not be a bad idea to focus a little bit early on just early defense before you economy?
Not every game. you have to scout, and I did. I scouted. I saw they didn't expand. Notice I didn't go.
Well, right. I mean, maybe
because I knew that they were going to attack early, so I stayed on Gateway. Which is why I say I think I did everything right, other than a little too many probes on the natural. That's it.
Yeah.
That's like all I could have done differently.
See, and I might have been able to build a couple queens. There are so many things I could have done, now that I think of it. Not so many, but I mean, like, I don't think I had a high... No, I did. See, It's very interesting, because I built the Roach Warren and the upgrade, but I didn't build a single Roach. Like, mainly because I build the Roach Warren, and I usually use Roaches early, but I don't use them that early. They're usually built in with my, when I actually am building Hydros. I stop building Zerglings. I have the Zerglings for harassment / you know, scouting, etc. But I build Roaches with Hydros, so I usually build, you know, 4 or 5 Roaches for every 3 or 4 Hydros, so that I have a good meat, you know, until it's like a defined, oh, they're going like Protoss, all air. I don't need Roaches. They can't attack air units, you know, etc. But so, I mean, like, and Roaches, again, they would have helped against the Zealots, but Hydros would have too. You know, I mean, like, so it's like, I just didn't, it just hit so early.
In this situation. But
yes.
Yeah, it hit so early.
It hit so early, I just did not, I built too many Zerglings. Like, they were useful, but they obviously didn't help win, you know. So, I suppose my learning experience is just when we know a one base is coming, use Roaches, because Roaches have a lot of HP. They do a good amount. They're ranged. They're not melee.
Yes,
all those benefits.
They're basically blockers.
Yeah,
they have decent DPS too, but the good thing about them, like for instance, the charge zealots, like they just block for like charge zealots. Stalkers have a low DPS, so Roaches will just soak up the damage. That's another thing I'm not sure Nathan understands about Stalkers, which is pretty much the only unit available to me at this point, like when they attack, is that they don't have high DPS. You basically have to shoot and run. You're constantly kiting, right? You shoot, back, you step, you move, you shoot.
Well, and that was the other thing. It was like, man, if you just had Blink.
Hang on. They're not a unit that you like throw at the enemy unless you just have huge numbers, which we obviously didn't here. So there is no moving in to the enemy until I build up numbers.
But is there a way for you to research Blink earlier to make them more useful?
Of course there's a way.
But I mean, like, as a defensive strategy.
You can look at any one match and say, oh, I should have done that. Well, yeah, if you absolutely could read minds, yeah, that's what I would have done. But you can't.
Well, but I mean, like, building it as a...
No, hang on, I'm still talking. Generally, as a normal opening, Blink at this time... If I'm going to open Blink at this time, we need to be doing an attack build. A Blink aggression build. Just opening Blink Stalkers. And
well,
just,
so what if we do
that
base,
then? Like, doesn't make sense. I'm for that.
Yeah,
I would be okay with
like
that.
You build Blink Stalkers and I build.
Us, we should do that.
Zerglings.
But I feel like Nathan can't get off Marines, so he'll never build that many tanks.
Yeah.
But this is like super effective. What they just did.
Yeah, I mean, because they had Blink Stalkers, which were able to. Well, I mean. They didn't. I don't know if they actually had Blink, but they were at least researching it because they definitely had it by like the 7-minute mark. You know, I mean, like I wouldn't say get Blink by like 5 minutes, you know, or whatever. But I don't know how long it takes to research and all that. But I mean, it's like it's interesting because if I were to do everything right, I could probably get Speed Roach by like 5 minutes, maybe 4:20. But like, and I'm really consistent about building a layer, building a Roach Warren at a certain supply, you know, like getting my second gas, all those kinds of things at a certain supply, you know, which I haven't actually looked at. Like, oh, okay, well, I'm at 28 supply at minute 2, you know, I mean, like, I don't know what minute mark that is, but I know I get a Roach Warren by my, like, 3rd Overlord, which is around 34-ish supply. And then after the Roach Warren, I usually get a layer, like, right around 40, like, about the next, you know, so, I mean, like, that and a layer upgrade takes, like, 80 seconds or 70. I don't remember exactly how long it is. So it's like a minute before I can even start researching roach speed. So like I'm thinking.
All right. Look,
But-
to answer your question, I'm looking at what Purple did. The guy who had the Blink Stalkers. He threw down a Twilight Council as soon as the Cybernetics Core finished, which means you're clearly going for a Blink build or a charge, like something that uses the Twilight Council.
Right.
So he threw that down at 216, right? So instantly into that. And
What
then
was his
I'm gonna-
economy at? Oh well, it doesn't
he's
really
one-
matter
he's
because they had an
saturated one
expand.
base.
Yeah,
But
he
that's what I'm
didn't
saying,
use any money for a Nexus. Yeah.
he researched Blink. Yeah, as soon as it finished, he researched it and Chrono boosted it. So even if I went early Blink, I'm not gonna have it before someone like this has it. You know what I mean? If your build, if
Well,
your
right.
timing attack is about
I'm
using
talking
Blink
like an
Stalkers-
attack.
Hang on, I'm not done.
Yeah.
If your timing attack is about using Blink Stalkers, then you're going to hit right when Blink finishes, as
Right.
early as possible, right? That's an optimal build, which means
Right.
at least for some amount of time, I won't have Blink and he will. Anyways, and there's just no avoiding it. Blink is not the answer to this. I mean, Blink is helpful. Blink is great, actually. But
I think
what
it'd
I mean
help
is-
against the tanks. That's what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah, but that's
So maybe when we know there's a
actually,
Terran.
that many tanks, Blink really isn't. That's not the problem. Getting in on the tanks isn't necessarily the problem. It's Stalkers don't have the DPS to kill that many tanks that quickly when there was still so much other stuff up around them. Charge
Yeah.
Zealots, other Stalkers, like,
I think, yeah, I mean, like, I think in our particular situation, not saying that you're at fault. We all had, I did poor macro or micro with my Zerglings, etc. But I think if we are expecting an attack, like you said, Nathan should have moved his tank back to be able to, lose the natural but defend the mains. Which would give us a little bit of time because they're beating the crap out of the natural until they kill it, which,
if we're sorry, go ahead. Yep.
well, I'm just thinking of if Nathan had, because he did have some liberators, he put them on the army, which they ended up getting blinked right under and shot down by instantly. I think they might have hit 3 shots and they died. Just liberators. Like siege tanks are not good I mean, not even like siege tanks. They're not good if you build them on top of an attack. You have to have them already placed when the attack comes, so that they cut off the attack. But
Liberators are not the answer in this place. Anyways.
Well, I
tanks
know,
would
but
do
I mean-
way better.
yeah,
I don't know if Nathan would agree, but no, Liberators, Liberators are really hard to deal with when you have quite a few. But if you just have 2 and he has Blink Stalker, he's just gonna blink.
right,
on them,
exactly.
when he
That's
gets
what
the
happened.
chance.
He blinked underneath them and they were done.
Yeah.
And
So
so
the
that
thing
was
is,
useless army, Dayu.
So when I see that they haven't expanded and that we are expecting a 1 base attack, if I'm Nathan, I would build tanks. Tanks are gonna hold a 1 base
Mhm.
attack, right? Better than anything. That's why he has. How
Even
come the
if
enemy
it's-
Terran got 6 tanks and
Yeah.
he just got 2 right
Yeah.
when it came out. Well, I can tell you why, because if you look at the yellow base, he went double Tech Lab
He went
Factory. His
yeah,
build
double
was
factory.
obviously to pump out as many tanks for this attack as possible.
Mhm.
So I don't expect Nathan to match 6 tanks, but if Nathan
Could
did
have had
1
3,
factory in a Tech Lab, I would expect maybe he could have 3, right?
maybe 4, but yeah.
Or at least 2 that are set up.
Well, and he
Um,
did, but the second one was
the second one wasn't set up when the attack hit was still on the way.
Oh, okay. We did
It
have
was
2,
close, but yeah.
but it was just tough.
Anyways, I just think that building Marines for defense for a 1 base attack, it's not terrible, but if you're going to do that, their tanks are going to be something you cannot push into.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not really upset about losing something like that. That's what I love the most about StarCraft. And it's just like chess. What could I have done better? It's it's a learning experience. All right. But it's also the same thing. You don't just build, oh, I got attacked at 5 minutes. I need to max on photon cannon so that I can stop a build. It's not like you construct a new build because of a game that happened. But part of me does wonder if we turned into like a little bit more early aggression, then we can meet early attacks if we have early aggression as well. We have a bigger defense because we have an offense.
Yeah, I think
So,
early attacks are
early attack.
now. I wouldn't say one base though. I would still
No,
say two-base
no,
attack.
but
I'm just saying that one base is always going to have more than you then over two,
Yeah.
right? Because
I
you
think it
don't
depends
score
on the
every time.
player. Like, I think Zerg needs to be on 2 base, just obviously for the larva. But I mean,
Everybody has to be on two base. It's an all-in to not like what they did is a total all-in. Like if this, yeah.
yeah, but
And
they
I'm-
didn't
and I
have
don't wanna
Zerg
all-in
wings,
every game.
or not Zerg wings. They weren't Zerg. A Zerg player would have still had 2 hatcheries for sure. They don't have the larva to do anything like that at 6 minutes with 1 base. They don't. It's not possible. There's no way.
I'm not arguing that.
But,
yeah, you're right. I know.
But the other 2 players could stay on 1 base, or maybe just one of the players. Yeah, I mean, like, it just
No,
depends.
I don't want to. No, as standard, I'm not going to do one base play. It can be effective as these guys just proven, but that's not how I want to play the game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I would want to do 2 base aggression. That I think is the right way to play the game. Have a 2 base timing attack, and not an all in basically, but something very strong. Right?
Yeah, but
If they
it'll
hold it,
always
you're
lose
still in
to
the
a 1
game.
base all in. It'll always
won't.
lose to a. Yeah,
no,
well.
No, you won't. Absolutely.
That's exactly what happened to us just now, though, because we were 2 base.
Because scouting matters. Every time you
Well,
play
yeah,
the game, you have
okay.
to scout. When we
Fair
see
enough.
that they're not expanding, obviously we spec more into army. And
Right.
furthermore, when they come knocking at the gate, at the door, if they have more army, like they did in this situation, you got to just give up your bases, right?
Yeah, that's
give up
true.
the second base, give up this wall, give up the ramp. We're not going to be able to hold it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's Nathan didn't want to give up that ramp because he had everything there. I know why he didn't want to, but I guess it's tough because I don't understand. Because I want to tell him, well, don't build all your production by the ramp, but he is
His
responsible
ramp
for
is
walling,
the
so
production.
he
Yeah,
kind of has to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So
his
I
wall,
don't-
I mean. Same way as
really
yours. You
know.
have like a warp gate or whatever.
I guess I would say that if he's going to wall like this, tanks need to be part of that wall, especially in a one base attack. When you know the one base attack is coming, tanks. Like, why would you not just go tanks? We have units to be the meat.
Yeah, that's true.
And to be honest, I think that's part of Nathan's problem is that he wants to do all of it himself. He doesn't like filling a certain role in the team. You know what I mean? He wants to
Yeah.
have very universal units, like a Marine. Like he builds a ton of Marines because they're very universal.
Well, I
But,
think well, maybe not we all, but I mean, I play that way as well. Like, I don't want to
I
build
don't.
corruptors
Going Stargate
or
is like
you
very
know.
niche. It has a very powerful role, but it's very vulnerable to certain things. And I definitely rely on you guys to try to cover some of my.
Well, right, but by doing that, you want to build your units the way you want, the one unit you want to build. Similarly to me wanting to build a lot of Hydralists or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
the difference is Hydralists are the most versatile unit you have, just like a Marine.
oh,
They're
right,
not invulnerable. Obviously, there's a counter to everything, but
right.
but something like a Hydralist requires, and
See,
the
I
Marine
wonder.
requires splash basically,
I wonder
which is
if-
usually a tier 3 type thing.
See, even in this game, Banelings wouldn't have helped. Roaches would have the answer. I should have had Roaches.
Yeah, not Banelings, definitely not.
Because Banelings, I mean, yes, splash damage. And it might be helpful, but it wouldn't kill. Like, maybe if I had Zergling, or not Zergling, maybe if I had Roach Baneling, like the Banelings rush, but that would have to have speed, yeah, all that. That would be such an insane. That would be too hard to actually pull off. That would take so much gas.
Yeah, my only
That
critique
early.
for you, which I think you're saying correctly, you scouted the natural. Well, first off, I had a probe in there, and we saw that they didn't expand. You brought your Zerglings in also and tried to poke around, and you saw that they were walled up tight, basically at their ramps.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get in. So we knew the one base was coming. At that moment, that's when you should have just been like, okay, roach production, right then.
Yeah.
Like stop economy,
Yeah.
roach production.
Well, and I don't even think I built much more economy. I know I didn't
you-
have
you
my
really didn't.
natural.
I'm just saying that in
Saturated.
general,
I
that
probably
would be
had,
the
like,
strategy.
I probably had I don't even see. I closed the game. I can't even look at the replay. But I mean, I don't even think I had extra. I don't even think I had 3 extractors. I just had my one at my natural, or not natural, at my main, and Roach and a lair, and I think I was working on roach speed, but I didn't build a single roach. I also built, I know because I had 6 or 7 hydroists that were like after the whole dust had settled and the game was basically over. But it wasn't yet over. I mean, like, they moved in on your base, right?
Yeah, I held out because you
know.
guys basically lost both your armies. Let's see.
I lost.
Yeah, Nathan
I
lost
lost
his first.
most. Yeah, I mean, I lost
Then
most
you
of
lost
my.
yours when you screamed to go in.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, looking at this in the replay, you had server, you had nothing. You weren't gonna take that out.
With
No,
help, we
dude.
could have helped.
No, you couldn't have.
We
I'm
could have
telling you,
stalled their
absolutely
attack
not.
while
You
maybe
didn't
Nathan
even-
was
You
replying.
didn't even dent their tanks because the stalkers blocked, and that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. So then I just retreated up my ramp because you guys
Yeah.
were both dead, and I held for a little bit, but eventually he parked the tanks at the base of my ramp. It's just as the tanks encroach,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah. It's I mean, yeah, it's fun. I love this game though. I mean, like
Yeah, no, I like
it's
it. I like the game.
it's the most awesome game I think I've ever played in my life. It's so awesome. There are so many strategies and so many like learning experiences and just everything. It's nothing quite like it. Not to mention the units themselves are just cool. Like, you know, like the races themselves. I mean, like Terran, it's human, like, but there are still cool
But
units
they're
in the
designed
Heron.
really cool.
Yeah,
even
like,
humans, humans are done well.
And then Protoss are just the I am here in the shadows. You know, like they have their awesome sayings and stuff. I return to serve. You know? And then
I just think this one's super cool.
like not enough minerals. Spawn more overlords.
I just want to say, in that, as far as you know, like you've been talking a lot about like general strategy, like going into games. Like that match right there was one where one base attacks require a change to your general strategy because you're not going to play normally to defend a one base because that's
Well,
not
yeah, but I
common.
mean, like I'm
So,
thinking.
but all I'm saying, hang on.
Yeah,
So all
sorry.
I'm saying is like when we scouted that, we scouted correctly. We had the right information. That's why, yeah. The lesson to learn was not that we didn't scout. We didn't even I said they were going to attack early. Nathan thought maybe they were bad. That's a possibility, but you never.
Yeah, that was a dumb idea. It's possible they're very bad. And I'm like,
Well, it
I mean,
is.
I guess that's
think
true.
He was just saying it. He
but
wasn't saying
like,
don't,
I wouldn't
you know,
play
do it
off of
for it.
that.
Of
I
course
hope
not.
he didn't.
So we scouted everything correctly and still lost. That's where it feels bad.
Yeah.
And where we kind of shouldn't. In an ideal
Should have been more
situation,
prepared.
if we were better players, that really shouldn't happen. But yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing to die to one base if like you just didn't scout or something, you didn't see it coming, but we pretty much knew it was coming and we still lost.
We
Yeah,
didn't.
and to be fair, it was an effective attack, like very effective, nice composition they had. And I don't care what Nathan says, the tanks especially, the tanks make that very
The
hard.
tanks are the
Yeah, it's
reason we
tanks.
lost. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. It's
we
hard.
would have held if it had just been the Protoss. Wouldn't have had a problem. The tanks were the one deciding reason, and it's like, okay, so what can we do to stop that? Well, I mean, I suppose if you'd had like a dozen Void Rays, sure, but there's no way you have the Void Rays that early.
By that
know.
time, I can have like two.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Void Rays are
It's like-
sort of the slowest thing to get going.
Yeah.
Like,
and so, like,
Um,
okay,
yeah.
me
the
having,
only other
I can't do
unit
anything.
I could have is Immortals. I can have Zealots or Stalkers, but Zealots are useless without charge. So, or at least in that situation they are. So it's going to be just Stalkers, and if I want to tech up one more level, it would be either Blink Stalkers, Charge Zealots, or Immortals. That's the only thing available to me at that point.
See, and one of them had a couple Immortals.
I think he had like one. Did he bring more than one?
Well, I mean, okay, so there was a point at the, there was a point towards the end where I was like, okay, my 5 or 6 Hydroists are unencumbered. I'm going to see if I can attack. You know, like maybe I can distract them and stop them from gaining a greater advantage. And I intercepted like rallied immortals and killed 2 or 3 on their way to the attack that were not being, they were just Immortals are the most hilarious units where you can see the AI wants to attack, but they're on a move command, They like track and they're like crab walking and like pivoting their cannons like, I see you running towards me, but I'm just walking because I'm on a move command. It's the funniest thing. But anyway, I intercepted at least 2 like that while my 5 or 6 Hydras were going towards their mains. And then I just ran into a couple more tanks that were posted up at the ramp at their naturals, and it was like, okay, never mind. I can't even attack there. So it's pretty funny.
And I say that
the Immortals were not
available.
part of the main composition, no.
I said the units that are available to me, but Immortals generally aren't a great, like, in teams, they're not a great defense in that situation, mainly because they can have air, right? It's possible.
Right.
Like, they could drop. Or,
you need
I suppose if I
Stalkers
knew
for
it was
air.
a 1 base, I could feel pretty comfortable getting at least 1 Immortal. But yeah, like Stalker, I would rather go Blink Stalker early than start to get Immortals, because Blink Stalkers are just more versatile. They can hit air, ground, they can retreat well. So yeah.
See, that's not the only. That's the downside of the Zerg. You have to have a lair to get an air attacking unit other than a queen. But I mean, queens would have been useless at that level. They move so slowly. Like, they do have great range, and yes, I could have, and maybe should have. I could have built 3 or 4 queens. I mean, and I should have, because, I mean, they take 20. I'm trying to remember. They take 27 seconds to come out, I think, or 29 or something like that. It takes them 29 seconds to research 25 energy to be able to spawn a larva. And maybe it takes like 32 seconds or something. It's interesting how, from learning from Pig, like, his strategy is, okay, when the first queen comes out, like, you queue 2 queens as soon as you have the minerals to do it. The first queen you're building, and the second queen just gets queued. Once the first queen comes out, you inject and then move it to your natural, which probably hasn't finished yet. But once it comes up, the second queen will come out like 2 or 3 seconds later, and you'll have both queens ready to go at both naturals, or at your both bases. So it takes like 30, it's just a little bit longer than the time it takes to inject, or for the energy to come into the queen to be able to inject. But anyway, so it's like, okay, if I knew a 1 base was coming by like minute 4, I could be building at least 2 queens. Yes, 150 minerals, but I could build 2 queens every 30-ish seconds. If I really, and I could easily have, maybe that's what I should have done. I should have gone Queen Roach. Use my minerals for queens, like, just have 1 building at a time and use the rest, no queuing, just the rest for roaches, and then had queen. That's what I should have done, for sure. I should have had queens. That would have really made a big difference.
Because of transfusion, for sure.
Yeah, exactly, because of transfusion, right.
Thing.
And they have like 6 or 7 base range on their attack. They have an insane range.
Air, right?
Well, yeah. Well, not air. Anything. I mean, air and yeah. It's probably 5 or 6 on the ground.
They used to melee. They used to do their.
They do melee at melee range, but they will also use their air needle attacks at range.
They used to only have melee, but that was like back in Wings of Liberty. I don't know, probably changed for a long time.
But yeah, no, they have a really long ranged attack for what they are, and they have pretty good DPS. I mean, so I don't know what it would have been helpful for. It wouldn't have been helpful for the tanks, but it would have been. I could have maybe kited. Oh man, it's hard to. Man, it would be nice. See, this is where the replay function comes into play.
I need to go.
But anyway, all right, see ya.